We are a peaceful people. Struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one karage, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one karage, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, the time when I eat. Though we may criticize it, this is our own, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right. So we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one karage, not a blade of grass. So we ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one karage, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people. Struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one karage, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one karage, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, the time when I eat. Though we may criticize it, this is our own, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right. So we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one cries, not a blade of grass. So we ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know, we gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. Cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, take time on it. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right. So we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. So we ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know, we gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. Cause we ain't giving up no mountain. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one rice, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo. Take time on it, though we may criticize it. This is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right, so we ain't giving up no mountain. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. So we ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people. Struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived in that. Moving nowhere, make no mistake. Cause we ain't giving up no mountain. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo. Take time on it, though we may criticize it. This is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right, so we ain't giving up no mountain. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. So we ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people. Struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, the time on night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right. So we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. So we ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people. Struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, the time on night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right. So we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one cries, not a blade of grass. So we ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know, we gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. Cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, take time on it. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right. So we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. So we ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know, we gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no Cause we ain't giving up no mountain. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river. That belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo.
Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members, please be seated. Yes, you have an opportunity for a fresh start. Honorable members, we will resolve ourselves into committee to continue consideration of the estimates. Honorable members, before we start, let me thank Minister and the team from Region 1 for taking us through that program, that agency, and now invite her team from Region 2 to join her as we begin at 152, consideration of Region 2. Honorable members, please let us turn to pages 336. That's a bigger bell. So, program Agency 72, Region 2, pages 336 and 37. And I propose a question that the sum stated for program 721 current stands part of the estimates. The honorable member, Mr. Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, could I direct the Minister to code 6112? I noticed there that the senior staff will be reduced. In fact, 6112 and 113 will be reduced to 1. I'd like to know what is the destination of the staff that will be leaving or will be removed, and what is the effect? What effect it will have on the program? Why isn't there a plan to fill that vacancy, if there is?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So this line item just speaks to the actual person who was in that designation, and that superintendent of works is now deceased, and that is why we no longer have, or we have one less superintendent of works. Obviously, we would look to fill that vacancy a little bit later.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. The
Mr.
superintendent of works would have passed some months now. One would expect that an important designation of that sort would be quickly filled to ensure efficiency within that program. And so, could the Minister say why you would have not catered for that, given the fact that you had adequate time, in my opinion, to fill the vacancy? Have you advertised for the vacancy to be filled so far?
We actually, the regional, they have someone already who is temporarily filling in, but there is no permanent employment. But that is not to say that the budget on the whole would not cater for someone who is going to be permanently employed. And you have, in addition to that temporary person filling in, you have the other superintendent of works, you have clerk of works, and you have the regional generally with their engineers who are overseeing the projects.
Thank you, Minister. Member Holder.
Thank you. Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Um, the person that is temporary filling that position, is it a new employee or is it somebody that is already employed and now those additional duties are being added to that person?
There is someone who is in that system, but you know, with the public service, if you are going to act in a position, you can have an allowance and you can have that additional finances to your salary.
Honorable Member Holder.
Okay, thank you, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker 6231. 6231. Fuel and lubricant. Could the minister be kind enough to lay over the details of that for me? I wouldn't like her to go through that now, but just lay over that information for me, please.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not going to lay it over. I am going to call it out if you wish.
I don't wish
So
for you to
I'm
call
not
it
going
out.
to lay it over, but if you want the public to know, I have no problem with that. That's it. Right. So we have a Nissan Datsun, we have a Hilux, we have a Frontier, a Fielder, another Toyota Fielder, another one, so that's 3. You have a fiberglass boat, a 75 horsepower, you have a generator and a 200 horsepower. And the cost is $16 million, allocated $500,000.
Member Holder.
Since you are laying it over, could you give the quantities for the list that you just gave? Specific quantities.
Minister.
Yes, we have for the Nissan Datsun, we have the annual cost of $1,170,000.
Member Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Ferguson wants to ask a question, then I will come back in.
Member Ferguson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, through you to the honorable member, may I turn her attention to line item 6281, security services. I note for last year, we had a higher increase than what you're seeking now for 2025. So can you explain to the House the reason for the decrease as against last year, and whether we will see you returning to the House late in the year for supplemental, knowing that probably over time they might have changes in security rates and also human resources. So can you provide an explanation for the decrease and whether you will return to the House later for supplementary? Thank you.
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. It's very simple. Last year we had 366 days in the leap year. And this year we have 365 days. It's really a matter of just a day difference.
I remember Mr. Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Project code 6211, expenses specific to the agency. Comrade Speaker, this is a program which falls directly under the regional chairman. Could the Minister lay over the details of 6211?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, you know, just like the studies, the COIs, the plans, They always want you to lay over too. I don't want to lay over. I have with me the information. So if they'd like to know the information, we can put that on record.
Minister, you have an opportunity to answer whether
Yes,
you
sir.
choose to say yes to layover or you want to read it
I'm
out.
not laying over, please, sir.
That's your prerogative. You're answering.
Could-
So this is what we have. Statutory meeting, subcommittee, once per month, both once per month. The RIC meeting, the regional chair and vice chair expenses, stipend for to shows, outreaches, training for to shows and NDCs, men on mission, regional democratic. Yes.
How, Comrade Speaker, could I ask the minister how much money is there for men on a mission? And if there would be an increase for a Tushau stipend as well, and how much would that increase be? Given the fact that on our side, we would have announced a measure to substantively increase stipends for Tushaus.
As you know, mid last year, as a matter of fact, when they had the Amerindian Heritage Month, from that month it was announced that Tushaus would be increased, and they were increased.
How much?
You can look that up, it's public records.
Comrade Speaker,
Honorable member holder.
I would like to ask, put on record that I'm asking the minister, what is the increase that that the minister or her government will be offering the Tushaus? I also ask what sum is allocated in that under that line item for men on a mission.
Mr. Speaker, the stipend for 15 councilors, RDC councilors, is 30,000 by 15. Stipend for 9 capped Amerindian Tushaus, 45,000 by 9. Stipend for the deputy Tushaus, 30,000 by 9. And the meager sum of $600,000 is for the men on mission.
Honorable member holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, 62, line item 6242. I'm asking the minister again to, 6261, local travel. I'm asking the minister again if she can lay over the details of the local travel.
Honorable minister.
I'm not inclined to lay over, please, sir.
Honorable minister.
I'm not laying over, please, sir.
Thank you. Honorable member, Mr. Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Could the minister give us the details, therefore?
Honorable minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So what we have is $6.1 million to local travel and subsistence. We have subsistence and traveling for staff, subsistence and traveling for staff working beyond normal hours, subsistence and traveling for field audit staff, subsistence and traveling for expediter, traveling, well, this is to check for items, collect quotations, make purchases, etc. Traveling for staff to follow up on matters with the Ministry of Finance, local government in Georgetown.
Thank you, minister. Member holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, 6282. Equipment maintenance. Could the minister state what equipment falls under this line item? This is under admin, so I'm interested in knowing what equipment they have to maintain for $3 million. If she can list the equipment, tell me the location, the cost per equipment.
Minister?
Thank you very much, please, Mr. Chair. With the RC office, you have 1 desktop computer, 2 AC units. You have the regional vice chair office, 4 AC units, one desktop computer, 1 printer. Office of the REO, 1 desktop computer, a laptops, laser jet printer, AC units. DREO's office, laser printer, AC unit, fridge, laptop. Administrative assistant, 1 laptop, planning unit, 2 desktop computers, the AC and 7 AC units. State House is the AC units. Registry computers, 5. Refrigerator, 1 AC, 3 AC units, 2 laser prints, 1 floor model printer. And for the personnel, 4 desktop computers, 3 AC units, 1 laser printer. The local government office, 2 desktop computers, 2 AC units, 1 laser printer. The budget and financing, you have 19 desktop computers, 7 laserjet printer, 6 AC unit, 1 generator. You have the network equipment and the IFMA service equipment.
Thank you, Minister. Member Holder.
It's all under this program.
Honourable members, I now,
Miss-
Honourable Member Ms. Ferguson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, if I can turn the honorable member attention to line item 6302, training, including scholarship. I note we have an 85,000 increase for 2025. So can you say who will be benefiting from the training, and can you also list, if possible, the programs that persons are likely to be trained for 2025? Thank you.
Honourable Minister, for this whopping increase of 85,000, you can answer.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And for the whopping increase of $85,000, we have training for staff, various staff from different departments, and they will be offered the training through the Ministry of Public Service, and it's on accounting procedures, principle for supervisory management, induction and orientation into the public service, project management, monitoring and evaluation, procurement procedures, and also there's a retirement training for drivers, and the whopping increase of $85,000 will cater for occupational health and safety training.
Folks, I didn't want to be funny, but you're talking about a $380 million budget here. And we find, such significance in an $85,000 increase. Honourable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for this program, 721, current expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honourable members, let's turn to pages 338 and 339. And I propose a question that the sum stated for program 722 current stands part of the estimates. Honourable Member, Mr. Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, Code 6112, Senior Technical Staff. Senior Technical Staff. Yes, Senior Technical. Mr. Speaker, could the minister say if the absence of anybody to fill this position is having an impact on the program, because the vacancy for that program was not filled in 2024, and it's not being catered for in 2025.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. There is no such line item as 6112 in under this program head.
Thank you, Minister.
6112.
Member Holder.
6112.
Six one one two zero. According to my book, unless I'm having a my Paul moment.
Comrade Speaker, I understand the issue that there is zero, but I just wanted to give the minister an opportunity to speak on it. Otherwise, we can probably remove it from the program completely because it's zero all the way. So it means that maybe there isn't a need for such a position.
So the principle is that if there is no money requested,
I know.
we don't ask
Moving
the
on.
question.
Moving on, Comrade Speaker.
But removing it, remember this is a format, right? Who knows? The next government may find it necessary to put a one there.
Correct. 6115. Moving on, Comrade Speaker. 6115, semi-skilled, non-skilled workers. We're seeing it's a significant increase in terms of the numbers there. So my question is, what is the urgent and sudden need for unskilled workers under this program? What are the designations of those persons they intend to, or the job description rather, of the persons they intend to employ?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The honorable member said he was born and he grew up in Region 2. So did I. And I am very well aware that Region 2 is a heavy agricultural-based region. As a matter of fact, it doesn't just surround rice fields and cash crops. It is also drainage and irrigation that will enable these particular rice fields and cash crop to be able to, to have proper drainage so that we can have the crop. So in this skilled, semi-skilled, and unskilled line item, there was a need to have sluice attendants to ensure that we don't have backup cokers. And we have 2 rangers that are employed in this line item, and that is the reason for the increase in the 2025 budget, to cater for 16 sluice attendants and 2 rangers. Now, I'm not sure what skills we are supposed to have with the sluice attendants, but we know that when we put them there, they are trained and they know how to open a coker door, close a coker door, and they are physically fit to do that.
Thank you. Thank you for that explanation coming from the minister.
MP Holder, go ahead.
Comrade Speaker, I would ask the minister if there are a number of new sluices, what is that number? Or if these employees are for the existing sluices, are there shortages at those sluices? As far as I know, they should have had sluice attendants, right, 24/7. I know we left that in place when we left government, and so I would like to know if they're probably shortening the time, creating new slots. If this is a backup person per se, I don't know what the situation is. If the minister could explain that. I do appreciate the need for sluice attendants and the importance of it, but I'm just trying to understand the addition of, that would be 40 new sluice attendants minus the two rangers.
Minister.
There are no new sluices, but we do have replacements. Some are replacements, and some are actually new employment to fill gaps where we didn't have. So,
Minister, I'm tempted, but my job is just to referee. No, it's coming from higher above.
Comrade Speaker,
Member Holder.
6253, maintenance of DNI structures. You have a sum of 234 million there. Could the minister give the details on that sum? The reason for it, the increase there, and what exactly the sums will be spent on?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The increase will cater for the coastal canals, drainage canals, CD3, 1,200 rods, and supply canals, 1,560 rods.
Thank you, Minister. Member Holder.
Thank you. Thank you, Comrade Speaker. 6264. Could you give a breakdown? I know you don't want to lay over, but I'm asking again. Could you lay over the details of this?
I'm not going to lay over.
All right, I'll move on. Move on to the next program.
The next program?
Mr. Chair,
Wait,
thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, line item 6272, electricity charges. Can the honorable members give reasons for the increase for 2025 as against what was approved in 2024? And whether it's the region is utilizing more office space and all kind of things. So can you give an explanation? Joseph Hamilton, why you don't shut your mouth?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The electricity charges for the engineering department and sub-office, the increase will cater for the regularization of the electrical network.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable members? Wow. Minister had to say wow, right? Because some of these questions, you have a $40 million increase in one head, semi-agriculture, with only 18 members added from 41 to 18. I would have had you explaining that to me. Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for this program stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the program. Honorable members, I now turn to program 723, and I propose the question that the sum stated herein stands part of the estimates. The honorable member, Mr. Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker.
We'll run you out of here. You gotta get out next year. 10 months from now, you gotta get run out.
Honorable members, I put a question.
Comrade Speaker, I'm just looking for the project code. Comrade Speaker, 6272. Comrade Speaker, 6272.
6272. Very big increase there, yeah.
Yeah, let's move on from this project code comment, Speaker. I want to get more to the capital.
No,
Honorable members, I put
no,
question.
no, Mr. Speaker. Let me help my colleague here. Mr. Chair,
And
Mr. Chair,
You have the
through
floor.
you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, through you to the honorable member, can I turn her attention to line item 6255, maintenance of other infrastructure. I note we have, 5 million increase for 2025. Can the honorable member state the reason for the increase and what other infrastructures are likely to benefit from this allocation in this year 2025 budget? Thank you.
Before you answer, Minister, I'm questioning myself if I'm having a Mahipal moment. Because the honorable member said 6255, there's a $5 million increase. I think I'm seeing 6,475,000. Are we on the same page, honorable member? Because I'm not seeing 5 million in my book.
16, so it's a 6 million increase, sir.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Honorable Minister, we are on the same page. I have 6 million and the honorable member has 6 million. You can answer now. Sorry,
Thank
Paul, you actually missed the whole page, right? Yes, sorry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, first of all, the honorable member asked which infrastructure will benefit, but it's not the infrastructure that will benefit, please, sir. The beneficiaries are the staff, the family members. And this is going to be, it's a chain link fence at the living quarters at the RDC 8 to 9, landscaping at the living quarters, chain link fence at the Women's Center Mariah's Lodge, chain link fence at living quarter RDC 8 to 26, and chain link fence at living quarter RDC 8 to 27, purchasing as well. So that is for the maintenance, but the beneficiaries remain the people, please, are not the infrastructure.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, I now put a question that is sum stated for program 723. Current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Please turn to pages 342 and 343. And I propose the question that the sum stated for program 724. Current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Honorable Member, Mr. Holder.
thank you, comment, Speaker. 6112, senior technical. There's an increase of about $400 million under that head. Could the minister explain the reason for that increase?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So we have an increase of 12 non-graduate assistants, 3 untrained masters, and 199 temporary qualified teachers. 195 temporary qualified teachers.
Thank you very much, Minister. Honorable Member Holder.
Thank you, comment, Speaker. Could the minister give a breakdown?
Can we?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Let's move on from this program, comment, Speaker, unless my colleague, Ms. Walder Lawrence, has a question on that.
MP Lawrence?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I ask the minister to look at 6242, maintenance of buildings. Could you kindly say how many teaching quarters you have in the region and how many are you catering for in 2025 in terms of maintenance?
Honorable Minister.
So we have 25 quarters in the region, but this particular line item is catering for the maintenance and general repairs to different schools.
Thank you, Minister.
The schools.
Member Lawrence.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. I don't know if the minister would be kind enough to point me on this program to where they're going to utilize monies in this budget for the upgrading and refurbishment of teaching quarters. I'm asking because His Excellency did speak to the upgrade of these facilities for the staff in the various regions.
Honorable Minister.
So thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So in addition to the region's resources, which is going through this line item to the schools, you have the central ministry who will be assisting the regions with those specific repairs and so on for the teaching quarters. And
Thank
yes,
you,
there are minimum standards or basic standards that are to be set at the schools as well as the health centers.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member Holder.
Mr. Speaker, on the same line item, does this sum cater for repairs at the CV Noons Primary School?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. That is already being done by the Ministry of Education from last year's, from the central ministry's budget from last
Thank you,
year.
Minister. Member Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, there are some works ongoing at the school. Could the minister say why is it that we or her government ended up, for example, ripping out the ceiling from the new block, which was built only about a year and a half ago? Why is it that we had to incur that kind of expense on what should have been a new block for the students only a year and a half later?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Chair, that is not a program that is catered for under this line item nor under the region. And so therefore, I will not be answering that.
Honorable Member Holder.
All right, thank you, Comrade Speaker.
Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 724 current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Please turn to the next 2 pages, and I propose a question that the sum stated for program 725 stands part of the estimates. The Honorable Member, Mr. Holder.
Thank you. Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, under employment, wages and salaries, and this would cover from 611 all the way down to 617. Could the minister state the reason for the increase? We have a total increase of about 241, I believe, staff there.
Where are we? Which line item again?
Sorry, but could the minister state the increase in terms of the staff, which areas those staff will be placed, at which facilities?
Mr. Chair, I don't know what line item the honorable member is asking.
Under
Again,
the
my book
staffing
seems to be
details.
having wrong info. I'm looking for an increase in these staffings of 241, and I'm not finding that.
Mr. Speaker, I work that back. There is an increase in the staffing from line items 6111 all the way down to 6117. There is a total increase there, so I'm asking the question, where will these staff be placed?
Honorable Member, I was just going on what you said, an increase of 241. And you said you worked it out. But when I was now looking at total 2024, 388. Total 2025, 426. So when I add 241 to 388, the numbers didn't match.
Yes, I acknowledge that. It was
Okay.
an error. I said
Sorry.
I'd work that back.
Honorable Minister, the Honorable Member is asking for you to give an explanation across all of the employment lines, a total that increase to explain all of them. Is that what you're saying, Honorable Member?
The increase.
Yes,
Explain the increase.
right. So 111, there's no increase.
111, there is no increase.
112, there's an increase of 1.
112, there is an increase of 1. 113, there is an increase of 9. 114 is an increase of 1. 115, an increase of 17. And 116, an increase of 8. 117, an increase of 2.
The designation of these staff and where they will be placed.
(112) increase caters for 1 medics.
Good.
113 caters for 1 medical technologist,
But as the chairman of the party, you have some respect.
2 medical lab technicians, 2 dental aides, 2 x-ray technicians, 114, 1 accounts clerk 2, 115, 5 patient care assistants, 1 patient care assistant moved to the pensionable status, 3 blood donor attendants, 7 ward maids, and 1 captain engineer. 6116, the 8 persons, 1 office assistant, 1 staff nurse, 1 nurse aide, 1 nursing assistant, 1 hospital administrator, re-employed, 1 laundress, 1 staff nurse, and 117, 1 porter, and 1 ward maid.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you.
Member Holder.
Thank you, Minister. Current Speaker, the Minister didn't state where these staff will be placed, but more importantly, could the Minister say why isn't there, or if there is, any provision for staffing of the new Lima Hospital, which would have been announced to come on stream shortly?
Minister?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I will hope that when I answer this question that the honorable member will now learn that that staffing comes from the central ministry, Ministry of Health.
Thank you, Minister. Member Holder.
Comrade Speaker, as we are on staff, I notice in volume 2, on the indicator 3, I believe, having some trouble with the system here in opening it up, but I believe it's on the indicator 3. The government is indicating that they will move surgeries to the regional and other hospitals from 50% to 100%. Is charity included, charity hospital included in this, under this provision?
Minister?
So thank you very much, Mr. Chair. In Essequibo, or Region 2, we have Saudi Hospital that is at the 50% of doing surgeries. Getting to that 100% to cover the hospitals in Region 2, the other 50% will be a charity.
Okay, so you intend to do surgeries at charity. I'm aware that there is, at least the last time I was there, and I've spoken with some doctors there as well, there's a major problem in terms of electricity at a building, the stability of electricity or stable power at that building. I think that would be important if we intend to do surgeries there. That problem has existed for quite some time. And so how do you intend to address that if you want to conduct surgeries there, 50% at charity hospital?
If there is a blight,
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, The Ministry of Health is looking after they're catering for the electricals and we're catering for the infrastructure in relation to the charity hospital.
Since you're on electrical, I've spoken with some doctors there. I've visited there just recently, and they have a major problem in terms of the comfort there of the working environment. Their ACs either absent or not functioning. Will you be addressing that on this line item as well?
Mr. Speaker, in relation to the charity hospital, there are sections of the hospital that is under rehabilitation. When those are all completed, the hospital will be reset, everything will be, in terms of the air conditioning units and so on. But it's not a case where sections of the hospital are not being, they are being powered, they do have air conditioning, and it's not such of a discomfort as the honorable member, my friend, would like it to be, to like make it out.
Comrade Speaker,
Member Holder.
Comrade Speaker, I want to assure the minister that while I was there, staff complained bitterly to me. And so it's a major issue for them. But moving on to 6221. 6221 covers drugs and medical supplies. There is a sum there of $566 million. Is this sum enough or adequate to ensure that there's adequate drugs and medication at all the hospitals, and would that cater also for the new hospital coming on stream?
Thank you very much. The original budget and the whopping increase again of 51,000 adding to this, there is an increase and it will cater for what the regional drugs and medical supplies are. In relation to the new hospital, the Ministry of Health will be supplementing with that hospital.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, so we're increasing drugs and the minister is giving some assurance that there will be adequate drugs there. On the other hand, could I ask the minister what is the government putting in place to ensure that there is no wastage of drugs? Because even as we increase, we have to be careful in terms of how we manage the system to ensure that there is no wastage of drugs. So I would like the minister to speak on that.
Honourable Minister, speak on that.
Thank you very much, please, sir. So there is a weekly monitoring system as well, and there is capacity in terms of the pharmacy care assistants who are doing that inventory and that logging or recording. And they are also, the monitoring mechanism is also in communication with the Ministry of Health and the MMU, to be specific, to ensure that they have the appropriate amount of drugs, but also where you have those medical supplies and drugs that are, again, and I stated this before when I was speaking in relation to Region 1, that you do have in all the regions will have, where you have the residents have the chronic illnesses, the medication that are to be given to them will be given in 3-month doses. So we will ensure that there is no wastage, and we will ensure that when it's coming to a point of, as they always have, when they are at a low stock, that they will communicate with the MMU and get that sorted out.
Thank you, Minister. Member Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. So the minister is saying that there is a system in place to ensure that there is no wastage. Comrade Speaker, could the minister say how much drugs was dumped for the last year and where those drugs would have been dumped?
We're talking about buying drugs here, not dumping drugs.
Yes, but
So let's deal with the allocations before us with respect to the expenses which these will take care of.
does this line cater for the disposal, the safe disposal of drugs which would have expired or for some reason not usable, and where would you safely, or normally, where do you normally safely dispose of the drugs?
This
you.
line item, 6211, will cater for the purchase of the drugs and the storage of the drugs at the very different, the different health centers, etc.
Thank you very much, Minister. Member Holder.
Could I ask if there is anything in your budget to cater for the safe disposal of drugs? And again, where are you dumping those drugs?
Again, I will answer the honorable member by saying this particular line item is catering for the purchase and the storage of the drugs at these health centers.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable member, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 725, current expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it, sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, we have 1 hour allocated for this for region number 2, and we have already expended 50 minutes. I have no indication that time will be allowed beyond this from the Chief Whip of the Opposition. So that, unless I get an indication, I will stick to the 1 hour allocated. Honorable members, please turn to page 531. And I propose the question that the sum stated for program 721, capital expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Honorable member, Mr. Holden.
Mr. Speaker, project code 120-2900. There is an allocation of 36 million there. Could the minister say what exactly that allocation is for?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we have a rollover of the rehabilitation and extension of the boathouse at Charity. You have the new ones, rehabilitation of the regional store at Anna Regina, the construction of concrete drain at Sadi Amerindian Hostel, and the construction of sanitary block at Sadi Amerindian Hostel.
Thank you, Minister. Member Holder.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, 253,000 equipment. Could the minister give a similar breakdown as to what the 33 million there caters for?
Minister.
Thank you very much. So it's the automatic sprinkler system, smoke detectors, fire extinguisher, fireball, filing cabinets, table mics, executive chairs, sitting chairs, surveillance camera, desktop computer, table model printer, a stand fan, a bed with mattress, writing desk, cubicles, 3-piece suite, wooden cupboard, and 20 dining chairs.
Thank you, Minister. Member Holder.
No more questions under this program.
Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 721, capital expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it, sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, program 722, capital. I propose the question that the sum stated herein stands part of the estimates. Member Holder.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. 1300700, miscellaneous D&I works. Could the minister give a breakdown of the sum and the location these works will be done?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I think the honorable member is a resident of, is it Henrietta? There is a construction of regulator at Henrietta, construction of regulator at Coffee Grove, construction of regulator at Columbia, construction of regulator at Mainstay, timber revetment at Andrew C. Sluice, construction of siphon at SC6 Better Hope, construction of regulator at La Belle Alliance, construction of irrigation check at Better Hope, construction of box culvert at Sparta, construction of irrigation check at Fear Not, extension and rewiring of engineering department building, construction of washroom facilities at Tamut Manor Pump Station, construction of washroom facilities at Golden Fleece Pump Station, construction of washroom facilities at La Union, construction of washroom facilities at Lima Pump Station, construction of washroom facilities at Hampton Court Pump Station, construction of washroom facilities at Port Pump Station, construction of washroom facilities at Charity Pump Station.
Thank you, Minister. Member Holder.
Thank you. Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Let's move on to the next program.
All right, members, I put a question and the sum stated for program 722, capital expenditure. Stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it, sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, let us turn to program 723. And I propose a question that the sum stated herein for 723 capital stands part of the estimates. Honorable member Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Project code 1100300, bridges. There's an allocation of 96 million there. Could the minister give details on that allocation, location, and the individual costs?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. We have the construction of reinforced concrete bridge at Golden Fleece, 30 million. Construction of reinforced concrete bridge at Kapui, 50 million. Construction of reinforced concrete bridge at Good Hope Playground, 12 million. And the construction of timber bridge at Paradise, 4 million.
Member Holder.
Project code 1400500, roads. There's an allocation there of 100 million. Could the minister give a similar breakdown?
Thank you very much. So we have a rollover upgrading of Barberman Street, Henrietta. We have new projects, upgrading of Cayman Dam, Hampton Court, upgrading of Zelina Street, La Belle Alliance, upgrading of Gobin Street, Joanna Cecilia, upgrading of Grassy Dam, Charity Phase 2, upgrading of Fatso Street, New Road,
Member Holder.
and upgrading of
Sorry.
Caricom Street.
Member
Regina.
Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, could the minister say why the Market Road was not, the Anna Regina Market Road was not included in this sum?
Minister.
Because that is a road that is like a main access. It comes under the Ministry of Public Works Central Ministry.
Thank you, Minister. It's a public road. Member Holder.
Could you say why the back street of Henrietta, the road at the back, was not included in this sum as well?
Minister.
It has been submitted to the Ministry of Public Works to be done, please, from the region.
Thank you.
There is
Member
another road in the same village again, which we would have been fighting for the last 5 years, I believe. And every year I come here and make representation for it. It is the street running from east to west between Sideline and Middle Walk. It's a short street there, which I've been making representation for people who would have been complaining constantly. And for 5 years, we've not, well, 5 budgets, we've not gotten anything on it. So I'm asking, why isn't there a provision for it in this final budget of the People's Progressive Party?
Final budget, sorry.
Mr. Chair, let me start by saying that all the roads have been otherwise being done by the region are main and would form main roads or very long streets are submitted to Ministry of Public Works, this being one. And it is rather unfortunate that the honorable member will say here that they've been fighting for it for 5 years, as if that road fell apart in 2020 when this government took office. Obviously, a road can't just fall apart in a couple of days, so it will be 5 budgets going ahead. This probably would have been before, when the honorable member was part of a government who was in government at the time and had the opportunity to do something about it. But that road has been submitted to the Ministry of Public Works to be done.
Conja driver combine on the road, sir.
Thank you, Minister. Member Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. It has been submitted. So could the minister give a timeline for works to begin there?
Mr.
Minister,
Speaker, I can give an estimation of when the region is going to get its budget rolled out. The Ministry of Public Works, as we know, is running the entire country in terms of road networking. And so it being submitted to Public Works, I can't say whether it's next month or 2 months from now. But what I do know is that the Ministry of Public Works has done thousands of roads already across the country, and they will be servicing the communities individually with road networking. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, as a special plea, let them do thousands and plus one more for him. Thank you.
You hear?
Honorable Member Holder.
Next program. We'll move on to the next program.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the sum stated for program 723 capital stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, I'll give you an opportunity to ask a question on the next head because your time is up. Honorable members, I propose the question that the sum stated for program 724 education stands part of the estimates. Member Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Project code 1202800 buildings. There's a sum of almost 300 million there. Could the minister give a breakdown in terms of what that sum is for?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Chair. The rollovers would be the construction of the new school, Mainstay Lake Primary, construction of new school, Tapakuma Lake Nursery, construction of water trestle at Mainstay Lake Primary School, construction of fence at Mainstay Lake Primary School. There are new bridges, construction of reinforcement concrete bridge at the Department of Education, Cottonfield, construction of landing at Martindale Nursery and Primary, construction of the RC Bridge at Walton Hall Nursery, construction of shed at Martindale Nursery, construction of RC Bridge at Riverstone Primary, construction of reinforced concrete bridge at 8th of May Primary, construction of reinforced concrete bridge at CV Noons Primary, construction of reinforced concrete bridge at Descent School, construction of landing at Kapui Lake, rehabilitation of landing and shed at Akwini Primary Annex, construction of a new nursery school at Bethany, construction of a new nursery school at Siriki, construction of new school Hackney Nursery, construction of duplex living quarter at Friendship Primary, extension to kitchen at Aurora Secondary Dorm, extension of school kitchen Mashabo Primary, construction of school kitchen Mainstay Lake Primary, extension of school kitchen Tapakuma Lake Primary, construction of school kitchen at St. John Primary, construction of school kitchen at Liberty Primary, extension of school kitchen at Ulele Primary, construction of school kitchen at Hackney Primary, construction of school kitchen at Kabakaburi, extension of school kitchen at Mabel Sandy Primary, construction of water trestle at Wakapau Secondary, Wakapau Teachers Quarter, Good Hope Primary, Friendship Primary, Dredge Creek Primary, Mabel Sandy Primary, Liberty Primary, Wakapau Primary, Ulele Primary, St. John Primary, Lima Sands Blocks, sanitary block at Lima Sands Primary, sanitary block at Good Hope Primary.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable members, I now have to put the two heads that we haven't passed as yet, and I propose a question that the sums stated for program 724 and program 725 capital expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sums stated herein now stand part of the estimates. Thank you very much, Minister, and your staff of Region Number 2. And I invite you to bring to your assistance the staff of Region Number 3. Honorable members, please let us turn to pages 350 and 351 as Region C, Region 3 staff come in place. Honorable members, I propose a question that the sum stated for Agency 73, Region number 3, Program 731, current expenditure, and I propose a question that the sum stated herein stands part of the estimates. Member alert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may I remain seated with your permission? Thank you. If I may turn the minister's attention to 6115, the semi-skilled workers, can the minister share with us what skill sets are being lost here? In 2024, it was 35, and in 2025, it's going to be 27. So I'm interested in the loss of skills.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Although we do plan to have these skills replaced, you have a laborer, a caretaker, a field auditor, another laborer, a boat hand, and another caretaker 2 and a caretaker 3.
Thank you, Minister. And 6111, admin, what position is going to be filled there through you, Mr. Chair?
Minister?
Right, so this is 1 senior personnel officer retired and 2 field auditors were appointed.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Taking the minister to contracted employees, please, Mr. Chair, 6116. It is moving from 31 to 57. So what are the major skill sets that the region will be gathering here?
Right, so we have typist clerk moved from 6117. You have an overseer that was moved from 6117. Labor moved from 6117, all to 6116, right? You have a captain engineer moved as well from 6117. A labor moved from 6117. Accounts clerk 2 moved from 6117. Another labor moved from 6117. A ward maid moved from health. And you have a receptionist promoted to accounts clerk.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you.
Member alert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If we look at your staffing details, Minister, I see a slight reduction. But then if we go over to your indicators, you plan on hiring some 15. Can you explain that variance there?
What is the line item you're referring to, please, Honorable?
I'm looking at your staffing details. You're moving from 156 to 153. But then when I look at your indicators, which means that you're going to be having fewer staff, right? You're going to be having, what? 3 fewer staff there, about a minor number of fewer staff, but then you're going to be hiring 15 persons.
Well,
and so
it is a cycle, please, sir, with employment. You will have to, every year, people will go, whether they be retired or they resigned or they just go. And there will need to be replacements for those people. And so it just is a cycle that goes around. So you have to cater for various areas.
just for confirmation and clarity, Mr. Chair, is the minister saying that these 15 positions are not known at this point in time? The 15 hires that you're planning to bring on?
Minister?
Well, please, Mr. Speaker, if you have an indicator, your indicator is to say, well, at this point in, or this year, 2025, just as you had 2024, you would have had an indicator of having so many persons that you will be having on. And just so in 2025, some of them may not be known and some may be known. And so you will have to cater for a number.
Member Alert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Final question for me on this area. Still on wages and salary, can the minister kindly say when was the last HR audit done?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I don't know that that is a line item or even a policy under any of these programs.
Well, if I may clarify, Mr. Speaker, if we're looking at wages and salaries, let us look at administrative. It is 15 million just over. And so, Mr. Chair, what audit was done to ensure that the correct skill set, the correct personnel is in place to move the region forward? When was the last audit done to show, because when you look at the approved positions, you still have things listed in the local government, like typists, like telephonists. And so as the region moves forward, what HR audit is being done to ensure the right skill sets are in place in the region? If it was never done, fine.
Minister, highly technical analysis of human resource turnover and requirements. Has that been done
Thank you very much, Mr.
to
Speaker.
inform these changes? Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The Ministry of Public Service, of which I benefited for several years as being the minister, is the overarching ministry for capacity building in the general public service and central government. And I do know that the Ministry of Public Service would have made an unofficial assessment on a needs basis for the various agencies, the regional systems, as well as the sector ministries, to see where there would be training needed for several skill sets, to future skill sets as well as existing gaps in skill sets. And so I do know that there is an assessment there. The region of itself running its different programs, whether it be agriculture, public works, education, or health, will know the need for their specific skills to be filled, and they will submit that to the Ministry of Public Service to have the employment be done. But besides that, please, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, and besides the whole skill set and analysis being done, you have the annual audit being done by the Auditor General, which is throughout every department in every ministry and region. So we are subjected to that.
Thank you, Minister. Honourable members, I now put a question that is sum stated for program 731. Current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it, sum stated now stands part of the estimates. So if I listen correctly to Mr. MP Mahipol, he says anything for Region 3, you can put all of them now. Honourable members, I propose a question that is sum stated for program 732. Current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Honourable member, Ms. Alert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I bring the minister's attention through you to contracted employees, and there is a significant increase there. Can the minister give a reason for that increase?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we do have the appointment of one sluice attendant. One person has moved from the 6117 to this line item. We have a sluice attendant appointed, another sluice attendant appointed, and, well, two more sluice attendants appointed. And you cater for the 10% increase in the salary.
Thank you, Minister.
Beg your
Member
pardon,
Alert.
Minister, I didn't catch that last part.
In addition to the salaries being an increase, the 10% will.
Okay, same question for you, Mr. Chair, for the temporary employees. And in addition to outlining, what's giving rise to this, can the minister also say what's the duration of this temporary employment?
Minister.
We don't have a specific time frame in relation to these employees, please, Mr. Chair.
Member Alert.
Sorry, Mr. Chair. No, I was also asking, in terms of the temporary employees, what has given rise to that increase? If it's just the salary increase, what is it?
Minister.
Thank you very much. So it is actually one person being moved to a salary of 113,000. Then you have an agriculture officer who has resigned, and so you need that temporary filling. Then you have a sluice attendant who also resigned and an overseer.
Thanks, Minister. Member Alert.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Maintenance of bridges. Can the minister outline where these bridges are that's going to be maintained?
What line item is that?
Maintenance of bridges.
Maintenance
6252.
6252.
Thank you very much. So we have repairs to Timber Bridge at Ledestin, repairs Timber Bridge at Sea Line Irrigation, Hubu, repairs Timber Bridge at Hubu.
Look after Hubu well, right?
That's it, please, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, sir. Sir, just one question. 6253, maintenance of drainage and irrigation work. There's a sum here of $479 million. This is a program that continues yearly. What is the duration, sir, of the maintenance of these drainage and irrigation work or these canals? Is it yearly, and if yearly, does it start from January or does it start from March?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it continues throughout the year, and it does start from January as soon as we complete budget.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Honourable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 732 current stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Let's turn to pages 733 and pages 354 and 355. And I propose a question that the sum stated for program 733 current stands part of the estimates. Member Alert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If I may draw the minister's attention to 6255, maintenance of other infrastructure. Minister, apart from the roads and bridges, what other infrastructure can you disaggregate that for us?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. We have repairs to walkway at IFLOT, repairs to pavilion at Carrier, repairs to revetment at Canal Number 1, cleaning and clearing at burial grounds. That's various burial grounds.
Member Alert.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Mr. Chair. The senior technical staff in 6112, what positions are likely to be filled there? Any engineers coming on board?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. No, we don't have any new staff.
Member Alert.
That's it for me on this program, Mr. Chair.
Sir, 6252.
Go ahead.
6252, maintenance of bridges, $66 million there. Sir, are these maintenance of timber bridges or reinforced concrete bridges that were constructed before?
Minister?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is timber, this would be a timber bridge.
Thank you, sir.
Members, I now put the question that the sum stated for program 733, current expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, the next program is 734, pages 356 and 357, and I propose the question that the sum stated herein for 754 current stands part of the estimates. Member alert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wish to draw the minister's attention to 6242, maintenance of building, and to ask if there are any school farms or school technical instruction centers that listed for maintenance under 6242.
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So what we have here is repainting of interior and exterior of the building. That is the staff of the Department of Education building. The yeah. So the Department of Education at Plantain Walk, at Macauria as well, and Macauria. Yeah. So we also have the nursery schools at Anna Katrina, Baggotsville, Bell West, Canal Number 2, Claremont, Dekendron, Denamsel, Endeavor, Farm, Hydroni, Lagrange, Nuanle, Nycaduck, Parfait, Philadelphia, Sanssouci, Schoonard, Seaview, S&M Field Ridley.
Member alert.
Part of the question where I asked specifically about school farms and practical vocational training centers, I still have not heard an answer on that, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. That will be undertaken by the Central Ministry, Ministry of Education.
Honorable member alert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. 6117, temporary employment. Can the minister say why this increase? What's it in need of?
Minister.
I beg your pardon. What's the breakdown she's asking?
6117, temporary employees.
Oh, why the increase?
Yeah, widening.
We have 3 typist clerks, 1 laborer appointed, and 2 librarians appointed.
And that gives us what? Almost 200% increase, 300% increase. 6116, Mr. Chair. Can the minister say what then would have caused this slight increase? For
Thank you very much,
contracted
Mr. Chair. We have 11 newly appointed sweeper cleaners. That's it. 11 newly appointed sweeper cleaners.
Thank you, Madam Minister. And Mr. Chair, again, through you, again on 6117, can the minister at this instance say what would be the duration for these temporary employees?
I won't be able to say that at this point. They are going as temporary employees right now.
Member alert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Member Maipo.
Sir, I want to follow up on this 6117 temporary employees. I hear the minister describing them as typist clerk, 3 typist clerk, and some other positions that are basically under the public service employment. why are these employees categorized as temporary and not structured in the, or accepted in the public service commission under the fixed establishment?
Thank you very much. I am advised that they are above the age of the public service employment.
Oh.
So that is, yeah.
Okay. Sir, I want to take the Honorable Minister to 6116, contracted employees. Sir, there is a sum there of $456,991,000, which is an increase of close to $100 million, 97.1. And when we look at the staffing details, it shows just an addition of 11 employees. May I ask for the top 5, the designation and salaries and benefits under this line item?
Minister.
Mr. Chair, I previously stated that this particular line item only caters for 11 newly appointed sweeper cleaners.
So, thank you. So, that is why, sir, I'm asking for the top 5 in terms of their salaries under this line item, because the increase, though we increase it by just 11, 11 sweeper cleaner, the increase in sum amounts to over close to $100 million. And 11 sweeper cleaner cannot be earning $100 million in 12 months.
No, but it also includes their gratuity and pension and so on.
Okay. So would you be able to tell us?
Vacation allowance, gratuity, their salary.
Okay. So I turn the minister's attention finally to 6113, other technical and craft skill. So we see a decrease here, a decrease from 548.346 million to 511.721 million, a decrease of $36 million. But in terms of the staffing details, we're seeing a huge decrease to 179 staff. May I ask for some explanation there, sir?
Minister.
179 in the negative.
Yes, decrease in staff.
So it's because these persons have now transitioned to a different line item. They've gone to, for example, you have 13 trained grade 1, class 1 master mistress promoted to 6111.
Okay.
And they've all moved to different line items.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Honourable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 734 current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honourable members, let's turn the page to program 735. And I propose the question that the sum stated for this program current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Honourable member, Ms. Alert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I draw the minister's attention to 6112, senior technical, and to ask what are the positions going to be filled here?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So we have an occupational therapist, a pharmacist, and a medical technologist.
Thank you, Minister. Member Holder. Sorry, Alert.
Thank you, Chairman.
Member Mahipal.
Sir, 6292, dietary, a sum of 117,481,000. Does this sum cater for meals for the patients at the hospitals in region number 3?
Minister.
Yes, it does.
Member Mahipal.
Thank you, sir. May I ask if it caters for all the hospitals, Wakenham Cottage, Legwan Cottage, and Lenora Hospital, West Demerara Regional Hospital?
It does cater for all of those.
Sir, may I ask the Honorable Minister if she knows, a follow-up, sir, if she knows when was the last time the patients at Lenora Hospital were fed, because I can report to her, sir, my recent check indicates that they are not getting food and it has to come from their families. And that is why I'm asking the question. I appreciate the fact that it's catered for, sir, but it may require some degree of management to guarantee that it does happen and we get the value for the money.
There is a kitchen that is there, and based on the patient's request for the meal, the kitchen prepares and takes the meal to them.
Thank you, sir.
Honourable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 735 Health Services current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honourable members, let us turn to page 533. And I propose the question that the sum stated for program 731 capital expenditure stands part of the estimates. Honourable member, alert.
Mr. Chairman.
Honourable member, Mr. Mahiford.
Thank you, sir. Sir, in the description of this line, 12,08700, we are told that it is for the construction of an office and a multi-purpose center on the island of Wakenham. May I ask, sir, what is it? Can the Honourable Minister disaggregate, first of all? How much is it for the construction of the office and how much for the construction of the multi-purpose center?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I know the honourable member is a resident, was a resident of Wakenham. And so the construction of the admin, sub-office and multi-purpose building at Wakenham is to cater for accommodating the staff of the regional administrative staff employed in Wakenham. And it's really, we want to decentralize some of the agencies like you would have had in being done in Region 2 somewhat. And so that's like agencies on the island, except example for GNBS, NARI, GLDA, and so on. So this particular sum is to ensure that we have that building too.
Members, I now put a
No,
question.
sir. A follow-up.
Mr. Mahiford.
So this construction will be done in the compound of at Sanssouci there that exists, or is there a new area that you're going to build this building? And does this building, is it one building that will serve two purpose, be a multi-purpose center and also have offices?
Minister?
It will be in Sanssouci. It's where that old GNCV building was located.
And it's one building that will serve both purposes?
Correct. Multi-purpose building.
Thank you.
Member alert.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you. If I may draw the minister's attention to 2401700, provision of vehicles. Can the minister say what vehicles are going to be procured and where they're going to be deployed?
Minister?
We have a 132-seater bus, and the bus will be used to transport students on just May the honourable member just restate the line or the program code?
2401700, land and water transport, provision of vehicles.
No. Mr. Chair, we don't have a vehicle on the program one.
So, my apologies, I was moving ahead, just trying to move Region 3 along.
Honourable members, I put a question that the sum stated for program 731 capital expenditure, and I put a question that the sum stated herein now stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Same page, program 732 capital, and I propose a question that the sum stated herein stands part of the estimates. Member Alert. Member Mahipal.
Thank you, sir. Sir, there's one project code here, 13000800, provision for drainage and irrigation structures. And the description tells us the construction of a ramp and landing at Tushin, construction of bridges at Leg 1 and Wakenham, construction of revetment at Mariah's Lodge and Ruby. Can the Honorable Minister please disaggregate this sum and specify the amount for the ramp and landing at Tushin, the sum associated with the bridges at Leg 1 and Wakenham, and the sum associated with revetment at Mariah's Lodge and Ruby?
Minister.
Mr. Chair, can the honorable member, is it this disaggregation of the sum that you're looking for? Okay, so if I can just have that available for you in just a few.
Sir, in the meantime, may I ask where will this, which bridge we're talking about here in Wakenham and which one in Leg 1?
It's at the Moore Farm Bridge.
Moore Farm in Wakenham.
Wakenham.
And which one in Leg 1?
Henrietta.
And may I ask a follow-up, sir, which part will this ramp and landing at Tushin be constructed?
Phase 2 tuition scheme.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Honourable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 732 capital stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Please turn to program 733 capital, and I propose a question that the sum stated herein stands part of the estimates. Member Alert.
Sir, we are now...
Member
thank you.
Mahipal.
So we're now at project code 11000400. Bridges, there's a sum here of $116 million, and all the legend tells us that it is for the project entails provision for bridges at Cornelia, Ida, Edinburgh, Leg 1, Virginugen, Wakenham, and Zeeburg. May I ask the Honorable Minister if these bridges that will be constructed, are these bridges reinforced concrete bridges?
Member Minister.
It is both, please, Mr. Chair. So at Zeeburg, you'll have a timber bridge, Cornelia Ida timber bridge, Edinburgh a timber bridge, and then you'll have the reinforced concrete bridge at Phoenix, Leg 1, reinforced concrete bridge at the Health Center, Virginugen, and the reinforced concrete bridge at Dumbarg, Wakenham.
May I ask the Honorable Minister
Go
to
ahead.
disaggregate the sum and tell us what will be the cost for the reinforced bridges at their respective locations and the cost for the timber bridge at their respective locations?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For Zeeburg, it's $20 million. For those are the timber. Cornelia Ida, $20 million. At Edinburgh, $28 million. And the reinforced concrete bridge at Leg 1, $20 million. At Virginugen, $10 million. And Wakenham, $18 million.
Member Mahipal.
Thank you, sir. Those millions look a little different there with wood and concrete. Sir, I move to roads, $100 million there for the provision of roads. And all we see here is the project entails provision of roads. May I ask where will these roads be? And are they concrete roads or asphaltic concrete?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So you will have the construction of an asphaltic road at Zeeburg Secondary, the road leading to Zeeburg Secondary, reconstruction of Middle Street, Windsor Forest, all asphalt, and construction of road at Groenveld, Edinburgh, the road at Reserve, 413 Parika, rehabilitation of Front Street, Windsor Forest, Pakistan, Windsor Forest, and rehabilitation of DeWitt Z1 Leg 1.
So may I ask for the cost that is associated with each one of these roads?
Minister.
The one at Zeeburg, it's 14 million. The one at Windsor Forest, Middle Street, 38 million. Groenveld, 7 million. Parika, 10 million. Pakistan, Windsor Forest, 18 million. And DeWitt's the one, 13 million.
The one at leg one, how much, may I ask, sir?
13 million.
13. Thank you.
They differ in size,
Well, that's understandable.
in dimensions, yes.
Thank you. I know that.
Member Mahipal. Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 733, capital expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Members, program 734, capital. I propose the question that the sum stated herein stands part of the estimates. Member Alert.
Thank you, Minister. The question I had posed too early, 2401700, what vehicle will be procured and where will it be deployed?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. It's a 32-seater bus, and it will be used to transport students on the islands of Leg 1 and Wakenham. That's about 100 learners for each island will benefit from this service.
Thank you, Minister. Member Mahipal. Honorable members, I put the question that the sum stated
Sorry,
for
sir.
program.
Sir, may I ask a question on line item 1203,000? Buildings, education, $331 million. And the only guidance we're getting from the legend is for the payment of retention and provision for schools and educational facilities. May I ask the Honorable Minister to tell us what is the sum for retention in this line? And if she can specify, sir, the sum for the schools and education facilities.
Minister.
For the rollover, we have the payment of retention for the construction of Crane and Tushen Nursery School. For new buildings, we have the extension of Parfaith Harmony Primary, Parika Salem Primary, Anna Catherine Nursery, Parfaith Nursery, New Anglet Nursery, Seaview Nursery, Bagotville Nursery, Jasso Nursery, Kendra Nursery, Lagrange Nursery. Construction of water trestles. We have Potentia Secondary School, the Willem Secondary School, Zeeburg School, Caracaria, Great Truly, Sand Hills Primary School, the Willem Secondary.
Thanks, Minister.
Thanks, sir, Mr. Chair. All I want, sir, is what is the sum associated with the retention? So I will know the remainder will be for the other projects. So what is the sum for the retention?
Minister.
Thank you very much. It's $8.6 million.
$8.6 million. Sir? Thank
Go ahead,
you.
sir.
Thank you. That's it, sir.
Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 734, capital expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Further down on the page, I propose the question that the sum stated for program 735, capital expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Honorable member, Mr. Mahipal.
Thank you, sir. Sir, project code 1203-100. Sir, the legend is good, gives us good details. I wish all would have been the same. It says completion of health center and living quarters at Hog Island. May I ask the Honorable Minister what is the cost for that project? And it goes on to say provision for Lenora Cottage and West Demerara regional hospitals. May I ask what is the cost for this also, and what is it that they will be doing? Lenora Cottage and West Dem Hospital. And 3, provision for health centers and posts at the Kendron, Greenwich Park, La Parfait Harmony, Maryville, Metamere Zork, Tushin, and Wakenham, if we can have also the cost for these health centers and posts.
Minister.
Thank you very much. The entire sum for the construction of the Hog Island, it's $32 million. The construction of the washroom for laundry department at the West Demerara Regional Hospital, $3 million. Extension of pharmacy building right there, $12 million. Construction of shed at the Lenora Hospital, $6 million. Construction of walkway with shed at Lenora Hospital, $4 million. Construction of bridge at Lenora Hospital, $14 million. Construction of holding area for garbage, Lenora, $2 million. Construction of new health center for Parfait Harmony Housing Scheme, $50 million. Construction of health post at Maryville, $50 million. Extension of 2 rooms at Metamere Zorg Health Center, $8 million. Extension of dressing room at Viva Force, $4 million. Tushin Health Center, extension of 2 rooms, $10 million. The Kendron Health Center, extension of 2 rooms, $8 million. Greenwich Park Health Center, $10 million. Construction of guard hut at Zealandia Health Post, Wakenham, $800,000.
Thank you, Mr.
Minister.
Chairman. I turn the Honorable Minister's attention to 2512-800. I see provision for furniture and equipment, $140 million, and I am guided by the legend, which only tells me that this project entails provision for furniture and equipment. May I ask the Honorable Minister if this is the sum for the purchasing of furniture and equipment for all the extension that we are doing in the respective health facilities so that they will be fully functional upon their construction?
Yes, yes, Mr. Chair, they are for all of these newly constructed.
So, Mr. Chair, a follow-up upon the completion of all of these construction, we are to see these facilities fully
It will be
operational.
operationalized.
Thank you, Comrade Chairman.
Honourable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 735 capital expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor, Mr. Mahipal, please say yes. You didn't say yes, Mr. Mahipal, you said it? Okay. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. The sum stated stands part of the estimates. Thank you, Minister, and the staff of Region 3, who the Honourable Member Mahipal loves so much. Thank you very, very much. And I now ask the staff of Region 4 to join their minister as we take the estimates for Region number 4. Honourable members, I propose the question that the sum stated for Agency 74, Program 741 current, pages 364 and 365, and I propose the question that the sum stated herein stands part of the estimates. Honourable Member, Ms. Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Good afternoon to everyone. Line items from 6111 to 6117. Can the Honourable Minister say if there is any vacancy that exists under this program?
Minister?
Mr. Chair, I'm advised by the regional executive officer that we do have vacancies in various, under the various heads.
Okay. Can the Honorable Minister say if there is any of the current staff expected to retire this year?
Minister?
Mr. Chair, every year there are employees who are in the reach the age of retirement.
Can you say the number of employees that are expected to retire?
Be able to say the number of employees that will be retiring this year.
I'd like to turn the Honorable Minister's attention to Volume 2, Indicators.
Minister?
I note that Indicator 1, Indicator number 3, reference number of skilled personnel recruited, and I note that last year they had 12, and this year they have 30. So what skill sets are you looking for in this year?
All right, so thank you very much for that question. Previously, when we were looking at Region 3, one of the honorable members, I think it was Honorable Member Alert, asked about the rise and what how do we factor in that number. And in this particular case, it's the same answer, that every year you have that cycle of either people retiring, people being deceased, people resigning, and you will need a replacement. Some are known skill sets, and some are unknown based on whenever these things may happen. So a number is put in there as an indicator, some being known, some being unknown.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Yes, Council Chair. I note line item 6261, and I know the legend stated here in Volume 2, community outreaches conducted 29 for last year and 29 for this year. And I also take note that there is no increase under this line item. 6261, I'm at. Local travel and subsistence. Can the Honorable Minister say if the visits that were scheduled, the outreaches for last year were completed with the given allocated sum, since it's the same for this year?
So thank you very much. It was completed, and the areas and the travels to different areas, having outreaches, it wouldn't necessarily be the same this year because you would have already completed that. So it will be different areas, but we do believe that it will be adequate to cover that.
Thank you.
MP?
Through you, Council Chair. Line item 6294, other. I note there's a very significant increase. When I look through all the other line items, this is definitely significant. So I would like to know what this line item will cover.
Minister?
Disaster management. Thank you very much. So I am advised that the disaster management support has been shifted to this line item, and this is causing the increase that you're seeing.
It was shifted to this line item?
Line item. It was previously on another line item.
It
was 62-9-1 previously.
62-9-1. 62-9-1.
Member Flubes?
That's national and through you, Council Chair. That is national and other events. We're saying last year disaster expenditure was placed there.
Minister?
Well, this is why we've moved it to this line item. It's under the proper line item. It's under a line item that it's more suitable. Even when you had the line item before, which is 6291, it worked on the there for the national events such as Mashramani for different consequences of all of these national events.
I still don't understand the explanation given. Because if you're looking at national and other events, which is 6291, it has nothing to do with disaster preparedness or relief or whatever it is.
No, it's on the, well, that's why it's shifted now under the 6294 order.
Annette, you want to take it here? On it? On the same matter? Okay. On the, okay. Go quickly. Go.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead, honorable member.
thank you very much, sir. May I turn the honorable member attention to line item 6272. I note there's a small increase this year for electricity charges. Is it as a result of the region anticipating some increase in their electricity charges for 2020, for 2025, that would have caused them to request this small increase for 2025?
Honorable Minister.
But, Mr. Chair, this is catering for different centers. So you have craft center at Grove, at Diamond, the sub-office, you have the residence, you have a main office, and you have a sub-office. And you will have the main office having a new stores office. So you have to cater for different equipment that will come on and appliances that will come on. So it's a matter of catering for those as the increase.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable member, Ms. Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comma Chair. I'm still seeking some clarity on this shifting of this allocation from one program or heading to another. I don't know if I can get some explanation there.
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Chair, it's simply that it was previously under another line item and it is now being shifted on the 6294. The point is not the shifting. The point is we have a sum under this particular program, under this line item to be expended. Now, if the honorable member is asking me how it was being expended, and that's a more relevant question.
But she's allowed to ask because this is a policy issue.
But,
You know, if you're changing from one head to the next.
no, but I do think that it possibly, Mr. Chair, not cutting you, but I do think that this is the line item. Perhaps I don't know if it was a mistake
could
to
be
be under
that-
there, but it is being shifted here.
They promoted, some demoted, they got new qualifications. I don't know. But honorable member, policy is part of the prosecution you could do here.
Ms. Comma Chair, I will put it in writing and ask for a written explanation on that.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 741, current expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it, sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Pages 366 and 367. And I propose a question that the sum stated for program 742, current expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Member Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comma Chair. Line item 6253, maintenance of drainage and irrigation work. I note there has been a significant increase, and so I would like to ask the Honorable Minister if there are new areas identified for cleaning under this sum.
Honorable Minister.
These two?
Okay.
Yes, there is the North Drainage Canal, Cane Grove, the Last Street Canal, Lancaster, East Canal, Factory Road, Unity, West Canal, Factory Road, Unity, Newton Zole Main Canal, Both Sides Canal, Hope Lowlands, Victoria Facade Canal, Craig Mill Canal, Cove and John, Golden Grove East Facade, north of Public Road, Haslington, East Canal Pump Road and more, non-parallel drainage network, canal parallel to East Road and more, Enterprise Back Canal east to west, both side canals of Enterprise Main Road, Vrizlos North Main Canal, Vrizlos South Main Canal, Eccles Main Canal from Old Road to New Road, Mucka Main Drain Canal, Horstelling Main Drain Canal, Little Diamond from Old Road to New Road, Covent Garden east to west, Old Road to New Road, Horstelling Sea Dam Trench, Block 1 and 2 Diamond, Aqueduct Trench Diamond, Canal from 1st to 22nd Avenue Diamond, Coffee Seepage Canal Friendship, Coffee Sluice Main Canal Friendship, Adam North Canal Friendship, Adam South Canal Friendship, Rahat Canal Hope, excavation desiltation of canal from undivided sluice to brickery, GDF Canal Garden of Eden South Main Canal, LC Drainage Canal New Hope, Triumph Doors, Double Doors, Buxton Northern and Southern Sluice Door, Greenfield Eastern Door, Unity Sluice Door, Mosquito Hall Main Sluice Door, Spring Hall Sluice, Handenveld Sluice, Helena number 1 and 2 Sluice, Mahaika Market Sluice, Slaughterhouse Sluice Door, Joy Phillips Sluice, Mary Hope's Coca Cane Grove, Alliance number 2 Sluice to Mary, Back Sluice Door, Sluice Dyke, Negakin Sluice Door, Sluice Dyke, Mears Teens Door, Sluice Dyke, Latchman Sand Road, Sluice Dyke, Cherry Farm Sluice, Lane Sluice, Coverden, Rahat Sluice, Friendship, Coffee Small Door number 1, Friendship, Coffee Small Door number 2, Friendship, Coffee Main Door, Friendship, New Hope Sluice, Market Street North Sluice Grove, Market Street South Sluice Grove, Little Diamond Double Doors, Horstelling North Sluice, Horstelling South Sluice, Bagotstown Sluice Door, Flour Mill Eccles. You got Huntley Diesel Pump, Cane Grove. These are the maintenance of the pumps now. Joy Phillips, Cane Grove, Victoria, Golden Grove, Triumph.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, you best.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. I asked a question to get a yes or no answer, yes or no. I got a whole list. So I'm going to ask if all those areas you have identified are all new areas. Are there new areas you've identified for 2025?
These are a maintenance of existing areas that we have been cleaning from last year. We will clean again and this year. Continuous.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. So the new areas in identified there, I would assume is about 2 or 3 based on the list you've given. I did not hear any area for the highway, unless I'm mistaken. Don't we have farmers on the Linden Suzdike Highway?
Minister?
I don't know if I've mistaken or I've mixed up the name.
Well, I know we're going from Suzdike coming down the east bank. From Suzdike, come all the way down and cleaning the sluice areas, the canals, the dams. But I am not certain of any sluice that is there. And then also the honorable member, Mr. Chair, would have said that she's assuming that there are 3 new ones. But I don't know how we're assuming unless she recalls the entire list from 2024. And NDIA, Mr. Chair, cleans the larger canals and the creeks.
Honorable Member?
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Just clarifying my line item heading that says maintenance of drainage and irrigation works. And so that's why I asked about the Linden Suzaik Highway. Now I'll move the minister's attention to volume 2, agriculture, the indicators. I note indicator number 8 that talks about KM of farm to market roads prepared. I saw that they had 1 listed for 2024, and now there is 1.2. Can the Honorable Minister say which area are they specifically targeting for 2025?
Honorable
So
Minister.
it will be at Huntley, sorry, King Grove. That's the area.
You got that, Honorable Member? Honorable Member, Ms. Annette Ferguson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, if I can turn the honorable member attention to line item 6294. No, sorry, 6284 order. I note you have there's a decrease, while I appreciate, a little decrease in this area. Can the honorable member explain the reason for the decrease and what constitutes other under this line item? Thank you.
Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. The decrease is as a result of a transition of 5 sluice attendants to line item 6116. And you have cleaners.
Double. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Minister.
I was just saying it's a transition from, the decrease under this line item is a transition from this line item to 6116. Laborers and sluice attendants.
Member Ferguson.
Through you, Comrade Chair, line item 6255, maintenance of other infrastructure. I note that there was a decrease in the allocated sum from 2024. What other infrastructure was removed from this line item to cause the decrease? Something had to happen.
This line item is based on needs when you put forward your work program or your work plan to the Ministry of Finance. And so this allocation that has been given will be enough or adequate for us to cover our the areas that we want to target.
Honorable members, I put a question that the sum stated for program 742 current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against it say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, program 743, and I propose a question that the sum stated for this program current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Honorable member Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Line item 6251, maintenance of roads. I note that there have been an increase under this line item. Can the Honorable Minister say which roads will be covered on the east bank of the Mwara under this line item?
Minister.
Thank you very much. While I am going to give the ones on East Bank, I would also like to say that we will have sectional repairs to Cheap Shop Street, that's Mahaika, repairs to Ford Ford Cross Street, Cocodam, Mahaika, repairs to Good Hope Burial Ground Road, repairs to Logwood Playground Street, Enmore, repairs to Montrose School Street, Montrose, sectional repairs to Rum Shop Street, Herstelling, sectional repairs to 110th Street, Prospect, sectional repairs to Republic Avenue, Mocha, Arcadia, repairs to 2nd Cross Street, parallel to Gas Station Road, Success, sectional repairs to Factory Road, Unity, sectional repairs to 1st East to West Cross Street, Enmore South, repairs to Apollo Street, Nabakalis, repairs to Rigid Pavement Street at Continental Park, Eccles.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Minister. Member Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Thank you, Comrade Chair. I'm hearing of sectional repairs, so I'm wondering in my mind if these sectional repairs are being done as a result of, that is what I'm saying. As a result of ongoing works that is causing damage to existing infrastructure. Is that the reason why we're having these sectional repairs?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No, honorable member, it is not because of that, but it is normal wear and tear of the roads. As you will have conditions of the roads deteriorating after a number of years, etc.
Thank you,
But
Minister.
the main ministry, Central Ministry of Public Works, will do an entire road. The region can supplement by repairing roads.
Thank you, Minister. Members, I now put.
Yes,
Member
Comrade
Ms.
Chair.
Nima Flubes.
I'd like to turn the minister's attention to Volume 2, the indicators. I note the strategy is to advise on design, supervision, and construction of civil works, and identification of issues and execution of policies for the betterment of communities in the region. My question is, how many engineers are employed at the region currently?
Minister.
We have 2 engineers and they are ably assisted by clerk of works.
How many clerk of works do we have assisting the 2 engineers?
Minister.
We have 4 and we have 2 overseers.
I didn't hear the answer.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, we have 4 and 2 overseers.
4 clerk of works and
And two
2
Overseers.
overseers. 6. Indicator 3.3 and 3.4. KM of roads to be maintained. Which areas were identified to benefit from this? And can the Honorable Minister identify the 5 areas where bridges will be maintained?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Chair, I'll just ask the honorable member to repeat her question.
Member Bless Flubes.
Thank you.
Repeat.
Comrade Chair, indicated 3.3, there is stated KMs of road to be maintained, and I see they have 11.6 for the target. So I'm asking which areas were identified for this to be completed, and then I'll read the other question.
Minister.
Well, 9.2 km of roads were maintained in 2024, but the allocation that we have now is for 2025. So are the areas asking, they're asking for the areas of 2025, Mr. Chair? Which we just read out.
MP Flubes again.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. I'm looking at the indicator here, and the target is 11.6 in the
KM.
book.
In the
KM, so I'm asking about this. This is not what I asked about before.
indicator policy.
Yeah, yes, please, Mr. Chair. I read out all of the roads that will amount to the km of roads for this allocation just now, when I spoke about East Bank and East Coast and all the roads that I called out just now.
What the minister mentioned earlier when she read from Cane Grove coming all the way up to the East Bank. Those are,
Mr. Chair, I asked a specific question earlier about the roads to be maintained on the East Bank. Now, in these indicator, the indicator here, they have 11.6 as the target for 2025.
Right.
Is the minister saying to this House that all the roads that she has listed earlier covers this? When I asked specifically for the East Bank,
that's my understanding. Minister, are you able to disaggregate?
No, please, sir, I'm advised by the regional executive officer that when those roads that I did call out, inclusive of East Bank and East Coast, are all roads that will amount to this target is what we want to achieve, which is the 11.6. It is, yeah, pieces sectional, it says sectional repairs.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair? Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sir, a follow-up on the maintenance of roads 6251 from the question my colleague, Honorable Flubes, asked. Sir, there are several roads that fall under the ambit of the region.
Mm-hmm.
And we heard a list of roads that they have given priority to for 2025. May I ask the Honorable Minister, how is it that the region go about in terms of determining the priority of roads?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So the regional office has an engineering unit and a public works program, and they do, based on their assessment in different communities, whether it comes from either complaints or from them actually going into the communities, checking these roads and seeing the condition of the road. It is based generally on the condition of the road and serve it, yeah.
Thank
Sir,
you, Minister.
A follow-up.
Go ahead,
Is
MP.
the minister saying that there is a removal from the process of also involving the regional democratic councilors in the respective areas who from time to time would submit projects that they would like to see included in the budget for 2025, and the roads that they have submitted may not have been considered?
Minister's not saying that, but Minister, you can talk.
Mr. Chair, I did not say that at all, and in any way or shape or form implying that. The councillors do submit on occasions, and they are taken into consideration by the regions. But, you know, Mr. Speaker, again, we do take our direct engagement with people very highly and very serious. So when we do have complaints directly from the people, we also have to make that a priority.
So my final follow-up, sir, thank you very much. So the final decision in terms of prioritizing lies with the regional administration. Am I correct to say that, sir?
Minister?
When it goes to the RDC, it is not as if the REO is sitting in his office and deciding that this is a priority. Obviously, the engineering department and the Department of Works will go out and check and assess these roads to make sure that what the complaint is or whatever, or if they're in a community, they see and assess the degree of work to be done, and then they prioritize based on that.
Thank you, Mr.
And
Chairman.
it is approved at the RDC after that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable Member, Ms. Ferguson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, if I can take the honorable member back to line item 6251, maintenance of roads. Based on the indicators my colleague just shared, 11.6 km is likely to be done from this line item. Can you say how much from this 11.6 km is going towards roads on the east bank of Demerara? That's one. Secondly, can you identify the roads that will be done on the east bank? Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Return number 3.
Mr. Chair, I have already listed all the roads. If the honorable member was not paying attention to the East Coast, that is not my fault. But I listed all the roads to be done by the region, which is inclusive of the East Bank. And Mr. Speaker, to disaggregate in terms of how much KM would be the East Bank right now, we don't have that information with us sitting right here.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 743 capital current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, let us turn to pages 370 and 71. And I propose the question that the sum stated for program 744 current expenditure stands part of the estimates. The Honorable Member, Nemo Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Line item 6231, fuel and lubricants. Can the Honorable Minister say if the bus that usually transports the children from Supply to the highway all the way to Doro, if fuel and lubricants is given from under this line item for that bus?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, it does, honorable member.
Thank you. Maintenance of building, 6242. Can the Honorable Minister say the number of primary schools, the number of secondary schools, and the number of nursery schools that will benefit from this allocation?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we do have from this, at the nursery level, we have Enmore, Newtown Nursery, Company Road Nursery, Prospect Nursery, Bryseless Nursery, Mocha Nursery, Clonbrook, Annandale, Monrepos, Prince William Street that has the nursery, Martyrsville. The other nursery. We all have. Martyrsville, Kurukururu, Handonville, Good Hope, Bryseless South, Helena, LBI. These are all in relation to the nurseries. LBI, Triumph, Unity, Better for Walking, Hope Estate, Victoria Northbrook, Gandhi Memorial, New Friendship, Anns Grove, Better Hope, Eastville, Strathspey, Strathavon, Ogle, Chatamargo, Blossom Scheme, Pleasance, Diamond Number 2, Golden Grove Nursery, Victoria North, Harrooni, Little Friends Nursery. We're now going to primary, Harrooni Primary, Enmore Hope Primary, Grove Primary, Enmore Primary, Silver Hill Primary, Yarrowcabra Primary, Craig Primary, LBI Primary, St. Paul's Primary, Peters Hall Primary, King Grove Primary, Virginia Primary School, Pleasance Primary, Friendship Primary, Mocha Primary, Providence Primary, B.V. Kwamina Primary, Monrepos Primary, Tamari Primary, Golden Grove Primary, Gibson Primary, Kurukururu Primary, Hope Estate Primary, St. Cuthbert Mahika River, Diamond Primary, Helena Primary, Long Creek Primary, Kuru Primary, Suesdyke Primary, St. Mary's Primary, Mahaika Primary, Victoria Primary, Paradise Primary. And for secondary schools, we have the Annandale Secondary, Pleasant Secondary, Hope Secondary, Buxton Secondary, Bladen Hall Multilateral, Anns Grove Secondary, Diamond Secondary, Golden Grove Secondary, Friendship Secondary, Lancaster Secondary, Bedford Acting Secondary, Covent Garden Secondary, Good Hope Secondary, Suesdyke Secondary, and LBI Secondary.
Chair.
Go ahead, honorable member.
Thank you, sir. It's good that we're doing maintenance work on our school. Sad that we have to be doing it every year. Sir, when I look at line item 6113, other technical and craft skills, I'm seeing an increase there of over $90.7 million. But the corresponding staffing details for this line has decreased by 183 staff. How is it that we have such a huge increase on this line item, but the staffing details have decreased by 183 staff, sir?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So the increase caters for a salary scale upgrade for some teachers as well as the 10% salary increase. And when you're seeing the decrease, it is from line item 113 to 6112. That is 154 trained teachers and 29 assistant masters.
Honorable member, Mr. Maipol.
Thank you, sir.
Honorable members, I now honorable member Ms. Nima Flu-Bess.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Indicators speaks to the percentage number 18, 19, 20, and 21. Indicators percentage of schools with internet access at the secondary level, we have 94%, and they expect it to be 100 this year. Percentage of schools with electricity access at the nursery school, they're saying it's at 100%. Percentage of schools with electricity access at the primary level, they're saying it is at 100%. And at the secondary level, it is at 100%. Can the Honorable Minister say which are the secondary schools without internet access?
Minister.
It's the schools on the highway, but I am also advised by the regional education officer that they do have internet access, but it is sketchy. It's a bit intermittent.
The schools on the highway are the school. More than one, the Yarra Secondary, the Dora.
No, you have the St. Cuthbert Secondary. And Dora, Yarra.
So all three on the Linden Suesdyke Highway. And so we were expecting that they will get full internet access in 2025.
Well, they will have internet access. It's the upgrade of the internet access that will help the free flow of internet.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable member, Ms. Ferguson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, if I can take the honorable member back to line item 6242. The honorable member would have itemized the number of schools that will be benefiting from this year's allocation with regards to repairs and, if possible, renovation. But if I can take the honorable member to volume 2, page 340, indicators 8 and 9. I note here you have at indicator 8, you have percentage of pupils scoring 50% and over in all subjects at NGSA. Well, last year I had a 38% and 36%, sorry. So this year you're looking to achieve 100%. So perhaps you can explain what mechanisms are in place to ensure that you fulfill the 100% achievement. And at indicator 9, you have for matriculation rate. Last year you had 25%. And for 2025, Madam Minister, you got to look at me, not Ganesh. At 2025, I notice here you're looking to achieve 100%. So can you say what systems or mechanisms are in place to ensure these percentage are feasible, are achievable? Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, this particular line item that the honorable member is tying into the indicators is irrelevant to that. This is dealing with infrastructural maintenance.
Look, this has nothing to do with confusing or anything. We're improving schools, so obviously if you're improving schools, I expect or anticipate that a performance level we will have 100% attendance at school, and by right you'll able to achieve what you would have set out in your indicators. So you just can't tell me that I'm confusing things here.
Mr. Chair, those are the words of the honorable member, and the honorable member has just answered herself.
Chairman, I want to come back to the question I had earlier, reference 6113. The Honorable Minister was kind enough to say to us that the decrease is because staff have upgraded themselves and were moved to 6112, senior technical. There's a difference there of 183 staff. So 183 staff moved to 6112 based on the answer. The difference in 6112 that exists from 2024 to 2025 is 283, about 100 in difference. But my worry, sir, the 10% that the Honorable Minister spoke to, which is here in the revised 2024 sum, is 643,188,000. That 10% was paid retroactive January to December. So it covers the entire 2024, that 10%. And now we are moving into 2025 with a staff.
Can you put the question, please?
Yes, the question is coming, sir. Please. Sir, we're moving to a staff strength that has decreased by 183 staff. So why do we have an increase of $90.7 million? It cannot just be, sir, that we have moved staff and cater for the 10%, because the 10% is reflected in 2024 number 2.
No, but I think, through you, Mr. Chair, I believe, honorable member, that you're only looking at one aspect of it. Now, you have moved staff from one line item to the other, but then you also had the 10%, but it's not just the 10% increase. Teachers also had an upgrade in salary. So it's salary plus 10%.
Yeah, and that is reflected in the 2024 number because it was paid retroactive. So in 2024 December, when the salaries were paid to these teachers, they were all paid based on that decision by His Excellency, retroactive January of 2024. So the entire figure of 2024 paid for all of this. Why 2025 is reflected this huge increase with such a huge decrease?
But it will have to, because that salary upgrade and that 10% didn't come mid-year or when we had that budget in 2024. So you're moving ahead with the salary increase and the 10% on that in 2025.
Okay.
So we have to cater for that.
So the increase basically was taken out of 6141 of Ministry of Finance. Thank you.
Honorable members, I now put the question that Program 744 for education delivery stand part of the estimate. All in favor say aye. Those against? All right, let's turn to page 372, 373. Eyes have it, yeah. Let's turn to page 372, 373, program 745, health services, current. I propose the question.
Thank you, Comrade Chair.
Yes, honorable member.
Um, line item 6242, maintenance of buildings. Does this maintenance cover all the health centers in Region 4?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It covers the Cane Grove Health Center, the Mahaika Health Center, Unity Health Center, Clonbrook Health Center, Victoria Health Center, C.C. Nicholson Hospital, Paradise Health Post, Enterprise Health Center, Melanie Health Center, Buxton Health Center, Luzignan Health Center, Luzignan Diabetes Comprehensive Care Center, Betterforwacting Health Center, Better Hope Health Center, Pleasance Health Center, Mocha Health Center, Horstelling Health Center, Diamond Hospital, Grove Health Center, Craig Health Center, Suesdyke Health Center, Kurukururu Health Center, Hararuni Health Post, Long Creek Health Center, Dora Health Post, Dora Living Quarters, St. Cuthbert Mission Health Center, Lowood Health Post, Silver Hill Health Post, Mobilisa Health Post, Laluni Health Post, Swan Health Post, Diamond Health Center, Supply Health Center.
Thank you very much, honorable Minister.
Thank you. I know my question was direct. If it covers all the health center in Region 4, so I'm not sure if this list that the minister just read out covers all the health center in Region 4. It's simply a yes or no.
Honorable Minister.
So
All that is needed, and they
you.
have to have repairs necessary.
Thank you very much, honorable Minister.
thank you, Comrade Chair. I'd like to turn the Honorable Minister attention to the indicators in Volume 2. And I see that they have a strategy to empower individuals in their own health through health promotion and disease prevention. The impact is to improve practices and the status of nutrition and food preparation. And then I come down to the indicator number 1, percentage of facilities offering holistic primary health care services. Can the Honorable Minister say if all the health centers in Region 4 have been providing such services?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, 100%.
Thank you, honorable Minister.
Does providing holistic primary health care services includes provision of medication?
Honorable Minister.
Yes, Mr. Chair, it does.
Can the Honorable Minister state if I didn't hear her mention when I asked earlier for the maintenance of building anything on Diamond Hospital. Does the region have any responsibility in the maintenance of Diamond Hospital?
Mr. Chair, I did call Diamond Hospital as one of the buildings that we were.
You said Diamond Health Center. You never mentioned anything about Diamond Hospital.
Well, honorable member, if I can recall correctly, you asked the minister about health centers and not Diamond Hospital.
But, Mr. Chair, through you, the minister saying that when I asked about health center, she called Diamond Hospital.
Mr. Chair, from my list here, I have Diamond Hospital, and I said Diamond Hospital.
Thank you very much, honorable minister. All right, I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
No.
Honorable Ms. Ferguson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, if I can draw the honorable member attention, so line item 6116, contracted employees. I note you moved from 30 to 32, but when I look at the salaries to be paid on the salaries to be paid under this line item, it's very small. It's similar to what was paid last year. So my question to you, can you identify the highest paid position under this line item and the salary, and the least paid position under this particular line item? Thank you.
Honorable Minister.
And if you can further provide an explanation why the figure looks close to 2024, though you move from 30 to 32.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member.
You're
Honorable
most
Minister.
welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. So the highest paid person is a medical doctor, and the salary is 620,977, and the lowest paid would be the vehicle driver, and that's at 86,150.
Mr. Chair, follow up. I think the honorable member failed to respond to my last question. I asked whether you can provide an explanation for the small figure, which looks close to last year. I don't know if it's though you move from 30 to 32, the figure looks similar to that of last year's figure.
Thank you very much,
So
Honorable
it's-
Member. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. It's one stats clerk and a driver, so it's not a big difference in that.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
From
Honorable
a
Member.
chair, employment. I'm looking either between 6115 or 6117. I'm not 100% sure under which category the porters fall under, but I would like to ask how many porters are currently employed at the Diamond Hospital.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So they are on varying categories. They could be either contracted or they could be pensionable employees. So it could be either of those line items, 6116 or 117.
So how many porters do we have currently employed at Diamond Hospital?
We have 9 porters at Diamond Hospital.
9 porters. Is that the full complement needed for the hospital?
At the moment, it is adequate. Should the need arise otherwise, then we will look to employ.
All right, I think it's a good time for us to put the question that program 745, health services, the estimate stands part of our program. All those who ayes, any nays, estimates the nays, the ayes have it. Let us move on. Let us move on to page. Pardon me?
Don't worry. Once you sit in the chair, use it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Member, Mr. Jafar Ali. And we are at 745, Health Services. And honorable members, let us turn then to page 534. I was going to call the Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal, but I noticed the Assistant Chief Whip wasn't here, Mr. Duncan. So I didn't want to deprive the Chief Whip of the expertise of Mr. Mahipal. Honorable Members, I propose a question that the sum stated for Program 731 Capital stands part of the estimates. The Honorable Member, Ms. Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Program 2506-800 Furniture and Equipment for Administration. Can the Honorable Minister say where these furniture and equipment will be, please?
Thank you very much. It's for the RDC office.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Members, I now put a question that the Honorable Member, Ms. Nima Flubes.
Just for clarity, is it for the entire office or is it for special sections in the office?
It's for the main office.
Honorable Members, I now put a question that the sum stated for Program 741 Capital Expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable Members, I propose the question that the sum stated for Program 742 Capital Expenditure stands part of the estimates. The Honorable Member, Ms. Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Project Code 1701200, Agricultural Development. Can the Honorable Minister disaggregate the sums of money for the different headings given here?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. It's for construction of timber revetment at Mahaika Market Sluice Outfall, construction of timber revetment at Mosquito Hall Sluice Unity, construction of timber revetment at Nighean Channel, Susdike, construction of timber revetment at BZ Dam and more, rehabilitation of landing to Lowood Primary and Health Center, construction of timber revetment at Golden Grove, rehabilitation extension of Timeri Dock or Landing, rehabilitation of Django Bridge in Mission Road, Newtown Farming Area.
Thank you, Minister.
But a card,
Honorable Member, Ms. Nima
Sorry.
Flubes.
I've asked for the monies to be disaggregated among the projects. I can know the cost for each project. Thank you.
So the project at Mahaika Market Sluice, 9 million, Mosquito Hall, 13 million, Nighean Channel, 10 million, BZ Dam, 10 million, Landing to Lowood, 9 million, Golden Grove, 13 million, Timeri Dock Landing, 13.5 million, rehabilitation of Django, 4.2.
Thank you, Minister.
I know something was listed there for Yarrow Cabral, but I didn't hear any sum given. Provision for landing. According to the legend I'm reading it, provision of landing, Lowood, Dock at Timeri, and bridge at Yarrow Cabral. This was listed in the book, stated in the book here.
Honorable Minister, Yara
Django,
there.
yes. Mr. Chair, we have the rehabilitation of Django Bridge as Yarrow Cabral East Coast.
Yes. Honorable Members, I now put a question that the sum stated for Program 742 Capital stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Program 743 Capital. I propose a question that the sum stated herein stands part of the estimates. Member Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Bridges, project code 1100500. Provision for bridges. Can the Honorable Minister, and I see the description gives here, Annandale, Beirut, Kurukururu, Swan, Timeri, and Triumph. Can the Honorable Minister disaggregate the sums?
Honorable Minister.
Beirut at 7 million, Mary is 5.6 million. Triumph has two different ones. One is 8 million and the other one is 8 million. You have Annandale for 7 million, Mahaika for 8 million, Kurukururu 10 million, and Swan is 12 million.
Thank you, Minister.
I didn't hear the
Member?
cost for Swan, sorry. Through the chair.
12 million.
Member Annette Ferguson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, on the very line item, project code number 1100-500 bridges. While I appreciate the minister providing the disaggregation with regards to the costs for each project, it would be good for the National Assembly and by extension for the people in Kurukururu to know exactly which bridge, where is this bridge located, and I think it can be for the similar areas because yes, we might be saying a bridge, but then again, you might have done a bridge last year and you return claiming you're going to do the same bridge. So can you specify where exactly in these areas we're likely to find the various bridges? Thank you.
Mr. Chair, you know, the honorable member asked a question just now, and it is as if you are sitting here trying to mislead the nation, when in fact the previous member called out the various areas and asked to disaggregate by the sum, which is what I answered to. So to sit here and say it will be good, now ask the question if you want to know the description. It is the construction of the reinforced concrete bridge at First Southeastern Cross Street, Annandale. That's the first. Construction of reinforced concrete bridge at Beirut Village. Construction of reinforced concrete bridge at Sari Turn Main Access, East Coast. Rehabilitation of timber bridge on Alliance Road to Mary. Construction of reinforced concrete bridge at Ram John and Kadu Street, Triumph. Construction of reinforced concrete bridge at Surat Drive, Triumph. Construction of reinforced concrete bridge at Monument Hill, Kurukururu. Construction of reinforced concrete bridge at Swan, Suicide Clinton Highway.
Honorable Minister, just as the Honorable Member Ms. Ferguson said, for the nation, for explanation, on the capital, my understanding, and we can get some explanation from the REO, when you come here, it's a new bridge. If it's an old bridge, we return to its maintenance of bridges.
These are all some are rehabilitation, then you have the construction. So that's why I said rehabilitation when I was mentioning, and that will be rehab of. And then you have construction of reinforced, which is new.
Okay. So if you improve it and make it from a bicycle lane to a car bridge, then that would be reconstruction, right? That's capital. But if you patch some holes in it, it's maintenance. Thank you very much. Honorable Member Ms. Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I just would like to point to the status of the project that was just stated and it got new. And not anything about maintenance to the bridges. At least that's the status being shown in the book here, in the project profile. Moving on to roads, project code 1400700, roads. And I was going to point out to the minister, the status say new. So which road or roads will be done with this allocated sum?
Minister?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The construction of road at 19th Street, Dazzle, East Coast, Demerara. Construction of road at Hillfoot, Suzdike. The construction of road at Waterside Dam. And construction of road at Vigilance South Housing Scheme.
Thank you, Minister. Member Flubes.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Cane Grove.
I was just going to ask, where is Waterside Dam
Cane Grove,
located?
East Coast, Demerara.
Thank you.
Is the dam near to the waterside Dam?
Waterside Dam.
Can the,
Yeah, construction of roads.
Member
water
Nima
side.
Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Is water site or water side?
Water side, SIDE.
Oh, water side down. Okay, thank you. Can the Honorable Minister say what will be the cost for each of these roads?
For
Minister,
Dazzle, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The 19th Street Dazzle will have it's 13.6 million. The Hillfoot Suez Dyke, 11.7. The Waterside Dam, Cane Grove, 18 million. The Vigilance South Housing Scheme, 13.6 million.
thank you, Minister. Just checking with the Chief Whip, we are 5 minutes over the hour. Hour and a half. Sorry, hour and a half. We are on track. Honorable Member Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. The road at Hillfoot, is it the main road into Hillfoot or the road within the newly developed scheme?
Minister?
It is the western side of the scheme.
Honorable Member Nima,
Ms. Ferguson. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, can I take the honorable member to project code number 700 roads? Earlier, you identified the roads that will be benefiting from this allocation. And in your listing, you said 19 road Dazzle housing scheme. Since it's a new project, can you say for my benefit and the benefit of the nation, whether Dazzle housing scheme currently has a road 19 road or you're making a new road now, since it's new?
Minister?
It is a mud dam, but it is referred to as 19th Street.
Oh, it's a mud dam you're now converting to a road. And would it be asphaltic or
It's
concrete?
Concrete.
Okay, so can you say, Mr. Chair, sorry, through you to the honorable member, can you give us the length and the width of the road to be constructed?
It's 800 by 12.
Pardon?
800 by 12.
800 by 12. So thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Through the to you,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, to the honorable member, through you. So on completion of this road, would two vehicles be able to traverse simultaneously?
Side by side. With space. It's a 12 feet in width.
Yes, I know it's a 12 feet in width.
It will be able to pass.
Pardon?
There is available space on
12
the
feet.
sides.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, honorable member.
Mr. Chair, you know, because we are all drivers, the width of a vehicle is actually 8 feet, if my memory serves me accurate, right? So to make a 12 feet road in width, how can it accommodate two cars at 8 feet in width? I mean, I'm just trying to understand why is it we would want to be constructing smaller roads when we know that we have to accommodate multiple of vehicles on that road. We see what is happening in many of the communities, right? Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. What is being constructed is currently on a mud dam that is not even, does not even have the width of a normal road. So what is being constructed is what the width is that is existing currently.
I will visit the area tomorrow.
Honorable Member, Ms. Ferguson, would you like to follow up on the thickness of the road? No?
You know, Mr. Chair, I can take your advice, you know. So, through you to the honorable member, can you say what is the thickness of the road? Because we got huge trucks now with some 24 wheels now and double axle vehicles, so we gotta ensure that the roads are sturdy. So can you say what is the thickness of the road? Thank you.
And should we add the PSI?
Mr. Speaker, it will be 6 inches.
Honorable members, if there are no other questions, I would put the question that the sum stated for program 743 capital stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, let's turn to program 744, and I propose the question that the sum stated for program 744 capital expenditure stands part of the estimates. Honorable member Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Project code 120-3300, buildings, education. I see provision for schools and educational facility. Can the Honorable Minister say where these schools and educational facilities are located? Because I see the status is ongoing.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have 3 rollover in extension to the 2-story Diamond Grove Primary School, extension of the 2-story Diamond Primary School, extension of the north wing of 2-story building at Annandale Secondary. And for the new ones, we have extension to the Kurukururu Primary, extension to Yarra Cabra Primary, construction of sanitary block at Clonbrook Primary, construction of the sanitary block at Diamond Primary School, construction of sanitary block at Yarra Cabra Primary, construction of sanitary block at Monrepo Primary School, construction of sanitary block at Strathspey Primary School, construction of sanitary block at Victoria Primary School, construction of sanitary block at Helena Primary School, construction of sanitary block at Anns Grove Primary School, construction of sanitary block at Kurukururu Primary, construction of sanitary block at Virginia Primary, construction of sanitary block at Lowood Primary, construction of sanitary block at Eccles Primary, construction of sanitary block at Providence Primary, construction of sanitary block at Montrose Primary, construction of the building at BV PIC compound to house BV Secondary, extension of the Looney Primary School, construction of bridge at Covent Garden Primary School, and extension of May 26 Nursery School.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable member Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Can the Honorable Minister say what is the cost for the sanitary block at Kurukuru Primary and Lowood Primary?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The one at Kurukuru Primary is $2.8 million, and the one at Lowood Primary is $2.8.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable member Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I note that the planned duration for these projects is from up to December 2025. Can the Honorable Minister say if the sanitary blocks for these schools will be completed by the next school term?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, yes.
Honorable members, I now put
Not as yet,
Honorable
sir.
member Nima Flubes.
Mr. Chair, is the honorable member asking the school term as in after April, after the Easter term?
Yeah.
No, for September.
Until September. All right. Project code 2407900, land and water transport. I know there's provision for a vehicle. Can the Honorable Minister say if this vehicle to be purchased is for the students that they have to take to school from Supply to Doro?
So thank you very much, Mr. Chair. It's a 32-seater bus, and it's from the East Bank from around Supply area to Yarra Cabra.
So that means that the students will now have a new bus, and we won't be dealing with the bus breaking down and having them under the trees for weeks anymore. Is there a current bus that is being used to transport these children?
Well, we have this new 32-seater bus that we were going to buy, but the ones that were breaking down were from the 5B program.
True.
They're round about a bus, whether it's new or two. Honorable members, please. Ms. Ferguson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. On this very line item, 24,079,000. Just for clarity, is it one bus we're purchasing at 36 million? How many buses we're purchasing from this allocation?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
Thank you. It's actually two 30-seater buses.
So
at 18 million each.
Thank you very much. Through you to the honorable member, Mr. Chair. So because based on your response to my colleague, you said the minibus will be servicing the highway and Suzdijk area. Pardon?
It's not a minibus, honorable member.
Well, it's a big bus, a school bus. Right, good. So you said two. So can you say where exactly the two buses will be assigned? And secondly, how will the children be informed that, the government is now providing free transportation services to get them to and from school? Thank you.
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Chair, we have a functioning education department in region number 4, as in other regions. And the schools will be also involved in informing the children of the transportation for them to go from one place to the next. And these two buses will be used, as I said, from the East Bank route, from Supply to the Suzdijk Highway, then Suzdijk Highway to Yarra Cabra.
Honorable Member Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Just a follow-up question, because I know we have a functioning educational department. What mechanism or system does the education department have in place to inform parents prior, or if the bus should have any difficulties?
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, when I was going to school, we had also a functioning PTA, and any announcements that would be made in relation to students and students' welfare would be made at PTA. So that is one of the ways that the students will be informed, as well as their class teacher will be informing those students who are going to be transferred.
So that's a tried and tested system. Honorable Member Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Line item, I wouldn't go. Line item, sorry, project code 2503400, furniture and equipment on the education. Does this, I noticed that there is provision for school furniture and equipment, and this is new. Will the furniture and equipment be distributed to different schools along the East Bank, or is it for those that you are currently doing construction for extension and so, as you mentioned earlier?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. So these are the schools that the distribution will be made to: Pleasant Secondary, Anns Grove Secondary, Dora, Suzdijk Secondary, St. Mary's Primary, Supply Primary, Cane Grove Primary, Victoria Primary, Fowles Nursery, Enterprise, Nonpareil Nursery.
Through you, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
Can the Honorable Minister say if any furniture for for the teachers is in this?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. So for teachers, you will have Good Hope, Martysville, Luzignan, Eastville, Montrose, Vrieslos Primary, Eccles, Providence Primary. And you have teachers' tables for Good Hope, Martysville, Luzignan, Eastville, Montrose, Vrieslos Primary, Eccles, Providence Primary.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 744 capital expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, program 745, I propose the question that the sum stated for capital expenditure in this program stands part of the estimates. Member Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Project code 1203500, buildings, and I see provision for health centers. And I note that there's a list here, provision for health centers and posts at Better for Acton, Better Hope, Cane Grove, Eccles, Enterprise, Herstelling, Long Creek, Melanie, Mocha, Moblissa, Paradise, Pleasance, and Suesdyke. I see it is stated as new in the project status. Can the Honorable Minister say if there will be new health centers constructed or it is extension work that is expected to be done at these health centers and posts?
So it's extension works and there will be a new construction at Moblissa. But as Mr. Speaker had alluded to earlier, when you are going at a certain level as for an extension, it comes on the new.
Thank you, Minister. Member Nima Flubes.
I see that there's a provision for Luzignan Diabetic Clinic and the C.C. Nicholson Hospital. Is that provision made for construction work, or is it a grant or something that's being given?
Minister.
So at Luzignan, the oxygen lines are going to be placed there, and the C.C. Nicholson, enclosing the upstairs for the dental section, dental department.
Okay, can the Honorable
Member?
Minister, sorry,
Go ahead.
through you, Comrade Chair,
Go ahead.
can the Honorable Minister say what would be the cost for the oxygen, I don't know if the equipment or whatever will be provided at Luzignan Diabetic Clinic?
It will be 600,000 for the Luzignan area.
Thank you. Through you, Comrade Chair, I now move to project code 240-7900. I see here listed provision for a truck. Can the Honorable Minister give us the details, if it's a garbage truck, if it is truck to transport drugs, whatever it is, in relation to this?
It is a cold storage enclosed canter truck for the Diamond Hospital to transport supplies across the East Bank from
Like,
the MMU.
like Member Mahipal wrote this particular provision in.
Thank you, Comrade Minister. Through you, Comrade Chair. I note the duration also for this project is stated for the 31st of December 2025. How early do you expect to acquire this truck for the Diamond Hospital?
Honorable Minister.
It will be completed before that.
Is
The port.
before, like within 3 months or so?
It's going through the tender process, and then after then, so we will give it a few months, but definitely not to December.
Honorable member,
Thank
Ms.
you very much.
Ferguson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Through you to the honorable member. You just provided that they will be, tendering process will be used to procure the truck. So can you say what method, whether it will be sole sourcing or single sourcing? Or public tender? There
It will
are
be going-
methods of tendering.
It will be going through a public tender process.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable member Nima Flubes.
So, Mr. Speaker, project code 2503700, furniture and equipment health, provision for furniture and equipment. Madam Chair, can the honorable minister state where these furniture and equipment will be placed?
Honorable Minister.
The furniture in the health center will be placed at all the health centers and hospitals and offices as well.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I can't hear my own voice.
Please, I want to hear the honorable member Nima Flubes. You have the floor. Honorable
Thank you. I didn't get to hear the honorable minister response earlier, so that I can do my follow-up.
I don't think she heard you because you couldn't hear yourself. So you want to repeat?
I heard her, please, Mr. Speaker. She was asking about the furniture, whether it is for all of the health centers and hospitals. And I said it's for all the health centers, hospitals, and the offices.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Chair. Does any of the furniture includes, if it's bed or accommodation for patients to sit outside or for use the services offered?
Thank you very much, Mr.
Honourable
Chair.
Minister.
It's things like the patient waiting chairs. You will have examination couches, patient bench conjoined, office desks, and those will be it for the actual storage cupboards and so on. Those will be it for the actual furniture. And semi-executive chairs and laboratory stools.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Madam
Member
Chair.
Flubes.
No more questions.
Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 745 capital expenditure now stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Let me thank the honorable member, Ms. Nima Flubes, Annette Ferguson, and Mahi Paul for effectively using every single moment of the time allocated. And thanks the Minister, Ario, and the staff from Region 4 for taking us through that head. It is 5 o'clock and we are scheduled for a break. Minister has had a relatively long day so far, doing extremely well. Let us give her a break for 1 hour and she can come back with Region 5 to 10. Let the assembly resume.
We are a peaceful people. Struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one karaj, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we.